Greetings. Here's how disruption can result in change. Change. We all know change. Disruption can help with it. Here are some examples where change has helped us. Anyways, what is change actually? Well, the textbook answer to that is change refers to the process or result of transforming or altering something. It involves the shift from one state, condition, or situation from another. Change can occur in various aspects of life, including individuals, organizations, societies, and the natural world. For me personally, what is change? Is it the concept of change? Well, I think change is inevitable. As long as we live in a society where crime, corruption, and stupidity are ever present, change is necessary. But not all changes are for the better. Change is also inevitable for individuals. We change all the time. We are constantly learning, and we are a different person from a year ago, and we will continue to change like that. Why do we need change? Well, do you want to stay the same your whole life? Don't you want to learn, grow, and improve? Do you want the world to just stay the same as it is now? Change is necessary. Change is essential for society to evolve and process, and it is a necessary part of human life. Through change, we can explore new ideas and experiences, and our society can grow and develop. Change is also an opportunity to reflect on our actions and values, and re-examine our beliefs and assumptions. Change is a natural part of life, and we should not fear it. Rather, embrace it as an inherent part of the human experience and essential to personal growth and development. Society keeps changing because it is a system that is constantly evolving and reacting to new challenges and opportunities. For example, as technology advances, society must adapt in communication and methods and devices, as well as how information is shared and accessed. Social movements is also a role in driving change, as people seek to improve conditions or address issues of inequality and injustice. Social, political, and economical issues can impact society as society drives to protect human rights, ensure economic stability, and create environments of peace and prosperity. Wonderful, yeah! To the topic of this presentation, how does disruption help with change? Disruption can help change by forcing the status quo to be challenged and potentially dismantled. The introduction in new technologies or ideas that disrupt established norms or existing systems can stimulate change in society by forcing us to question our assumptions and expectations about how things are and or should be. It can also lead to new opportunities and possibilities. It is important to remember, however, that disruption can also lead to chaos and dysfunction. Boom, boom, you know? So it is important to consider carefully the potential consequences of disrupting established systems before doing so. Disruption is a rapid change that can upset and/or disorder, but it also can lead to new opportunities and possibilities. Remember that. It is important to be aware of the potential consequences of disruption before engaging in it, because it can also cause chaos and a bunch of meh. It is best to carefully consider the potential consequences of a disruptive change before proceeding and ensuring that potential benefits outweighs the potential risks. Violence and change. Violence has long been used to achieve political and social change. Wars, revolutions, and uprisings have led to many major transformations in history. For the French Revolution to the Civil Rights Movement in the United States, these conflicts have often led to significant change, but they have also caused immense suffering and destruction. It is important to consider the costs and consequences of the violent conflict before engaging in it. It is important to consider the potential harm and loss of life that can outweigh the potential benefits of the change. I hate war. Why is there war anyways? Is it killing people illegal? Come on! I mean, yeah, war is violent conflict between two or more states or groups. War typically involves a significant level of force and violence, War is illegal because it violates the human rights of those who are killed. It involves torture, serious human rights violation, blah blah blah. It can lead to lots of war and destruction and suffering. That being said, there are times where war is unavoidable and the only way to achieve a certain goal. In these cases, it's important to ensure that the goal that is being pursued is worth the cost in the life and suffering, Are there less violent ways of change? Yes, there are many less violent ways of change, such as diplomacy, negotiation and peace talks, political activism, civil disobedience, and economic sanitations. Just be civil and talk about it, bruh. Peaceful protests and civil disobedience that advocate for change without resorting to force is an example of alternative to war. These methods of change can be effective at raising awareness of the issue and building support for the change, but they generally do not have immediate and disruptive force that war provides. Ultimately, it depends on the nature of the issue and what type of change it is being sought. War can be a last resort when all the other options have been exhausted, but it is important to consider all the alternatives and be prepared to pursue peace than rather conflict. Times where disruption did make a change. One of the examples of major disruption that lead to a positive change is the well-known civil rights movement. The movement advocated for the rights and dignity of the African Americans. It helped enact key legislation addressing discrimination, segregation, and inequality. The movement activates often disrupted the status quo, but their actions helped advance the cause of equality. Wonderful. Another example of the major disruptive movement for driving positive change would be the feminist movement, we all love it. We all love feminists, which also mobilized massive amounts of people in support of women's rights and autonomy. The disruptive nature of the movement helped spur action on a wide variety of issues, including equal pay, reproductive rights, and discrimination. Where do we need change today? Well, there are many places where we need change today, like gender rights, racial issues, gun violence, abortion, and what I'm going to focus on today, our school system. As an educator who will be reading or watching this, you may be thinking to yourself, oh, another overly dramatic student making up excuses again. What a loser. A loser? Perhaps. Overly dramatic? True. Am I still going to complain? Yes. And I will continue to speak up about this issue in our current society because, you gotta speak up when you can, right? Our school system. Our school system is plagued by several different problems that impede the ability to provide an effective and equitable education for all students. One of the first and foremost issues is about the education equality, with disparities in funding and resources leading to unequal opportunities and outcomes for the students from different socio-economical backgrounds. Additionally, the heavy reliance on standardized testing creates a narrow focus on the test preparation, limiting the development of critical thinking, creativity, and problem-solving skills. Outdated curricula that fails to keep pace with the social changes and neglect important topics that further hinders the system's effectiveness. Insufficient support for teachers, including inadequate resources and limited professional development, that can lead to teacher burnout and a decrease of the quality of the education provided. Bullying and safety concerns within the school environment also contribute to an unhealthy learning environment. Addressing these problems requires a comprehensive reform efforts that prioritize equality, individual learning, teacher support, and the focus on critical thinking and creativity, and the promotion of a safe and inclusive school environment. By addressing these issues head-on, we can work towards a school system that can ensure all students can have high-quality education and an opportunity to thrive academically and personally. The mental issues that come with it. Our school system faces a critical challenge, not only providing the quality education, but also addressing the mental well-being of us students, particularly us teenagers. The intense academic pressure, competition, and the high expectations placed on the students contributes to a significant amount of mental stress, leading to a rise of depression and anxiety and other mental illnesses. Fun fact, while I was typing this presentation, I was crying like this. Example of me the other day. Yeah, proof. Teenagers in particular are more vulnerable to these challenges, navigating the complexity of adolescence amidst the demanding education system. To address this, the school system must prioritize mental health by offering comprehensive support systems and creating a safe and inclusive environment, and reducing the excessive academic workload. By acknowledging and addressing the mental stress and pressure on students, we can foster a school system that not only focuses on academic achievement, but also promotes the well-being of overall of the students, enabling them to thrive both academically and mentally. Here's proof of the sadness on TikTok. There is a lot more, actually. This proves that I am not the only one. We are not alone. A lot of us teenagers do suffer from serious mental illnesses, actually. They are legit serious cases that we must take seriously. And we must address this problem publicly instead of shoving it into a corner and hiding it from society. The pros and cons and the risks of disruptive change. We all know that disruptive change can be good and bad. On one hand, it can bring cool ideas and new advancements, but it also has downsides and some risk. People get upset and resist change, which slows things down and can cause arguments. Things can get really uncertain and unstable when things escalate too quickly. Disruptive change can make inequality worse and leave people behind. Big industries can get messed up and there can be ethical problems too. Plus, change can be expensive, and it might mean losing old ways of doing things. So it's important to handle change carefully and qualitatively and make sure it goes well and doesn't cause too many problems. How can we fix the problem then? Improving the school system is super important, and we can totally do it without causing way too many issues. Instead of big changes at once, we can make small gradual improvements. It is important to plan everything carefully, considering what everyone wants and needs. Teachers should get proper training and support so they can do the best at their jobs. We should focus on what the students need and make learning more fun and relatable to them. Make it more enjoyable, yeah? Schools can team up with parents, community, and businesses to give students a more cool opportunity. If we see a school struggling, then we should help them early on. Technology can be helpful too. We gotta use it smartly though. And it is important to keep checking how things are going and what changes we need to be doing. By doing all of this, we can make sure our school can get better without causing way too many problems. In conclusion, disruption can be a powerful force for change, but we need to handle it carefully when it comes to fixing our school system. We don't want to cause chaos or make things worse. By making small and gradual improvements involving teachers and students and focusing on their needs, we can create a better future for all of us. Let's make learning more fun and relevant, collaborate with parents and the community, and provide support for their teachers, We can use technology wisely and keep monitoring our progress. With these steps, we'll transform our schools into awesome places where everyone can thrive and prepare for an amazing future together. Together, we can make a difference. Thank you for listening.